Okay, so first time I've dealt with servicing the rubber hoses on one of the newer Viessmann 100s, and I've been saying for a little while I wasn't looking forward to this job because they've moved the connection point of the rear hose from just below the heat exchanger at the back to right up at the back of the heat exchanger at the top. So if you get the debris collected in this rear hose, you can no longer just detach this during your service. So normally on a service on the old one, two hoses out, flush them through, clean out the debris, put them back in, and you've got a really good filtration system to stop the dirt collecting in the boiler generally. I know there's some people who don't agree with me on that, but certainly worked very well for me over my time. So I was not pleased to see this, and I was wondering how I was going to deal with it. Anyway, today finally come to the point where I needed to flush the rear hose, and I wasn't going to take the heat exchanger out, although I must say it is very simple to do, but I wanted a quick way. And what I found was these brass plugs that go in on the into the plastic housings here, are 23mm, so don't fit any standard plumbing fittings. So what I found was that I've got an overflow compression straight, which is obviously malleable enough to fit onto 23mm. So I've extended that hose from the point it comes out the heat exchanger into a bucket. Here I've got a 22 to 15mm socket reducer on a compression 22mm to 1/2 inch iron, and a standard 1/2 inch connector onto the filling loop in the boiler. So all I'm going to do is flush the water, in fact I've already done it, but flush the water back through the front hose. I've already cleaned the front hose out. I took that off, gave it a good clean out so no debris is getting washed backwards. Then I'll fire the water back through the heat exchanger, around the main heat exchanger, back down the rear hose, down through a piece of overflow pipe and collect it into my bucket. Now if you have a look in here, you can see there's quite a lot of debris in here, and this system was flushed when I installed the boiler 2 years ago. And certainly plenty of stuff still coming through. So not much room for a filter on this one, so we didn't go for a filter in the end, which might turn out to be a mistake. However, I've had a few of them not do their job anyway, so I'm not convinced. But anyway, let's just give this a quick whiz. If I turn that on, just got a bit of flow of water going up around my heat exchanger, coming out of there. And while that's going on, just give my hoses a good tweak, and it brings all the debris out into the bucket. And that's it. So it's a little bit longer time to spend on this now than it was on the old WB1A servicing. But if Viessmann ever get to watch this video, maybe they'd like to think about putting the connection point back on the bottom, so it makes the hoses much easier to service.